Kenny Arsenault, phone the judges, please. Kenny Arsenault.
they come. Post time. Deep stretch now. Shut the camera up.
Broadcasting live from Prince Edward Island, this is Race Day.
And welcome to a Thursday night at Red Shores in Charlottetown, our final Thursday card of the 2022 season. You can see there is a slight breeze here in Charlottetown as we get underway here on a Thursday night. Like I said, welcome to the top of the park at the HPI broadcast desk. I'm your host, Peter McPhee, tonight. 8 dashes on the program here in Charlottetown tonight. Race number 7 will be the feature. Ladylike on the rail. Plain Jane is 2. Tobin's Brownie 3. Dream Fair's on Fire is 4. Ace 44 Dome is 5. And You Bet Him a Good One 6. Lines up to be a good one in race number 7. Like I said, part of an 8-pack here tonight. Let's get the program and equipment changes and bring in Vance Cameron. Vance, welcome aboard.
Thank you, Peter, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Redshores Racetrack and Casino at the Charlottetown Driving Park for tonight's racing program, event number 58 of the meeting. Fast track conditions, 12 degrees Celsius the temperature. At this time in Charlottetown, the track condition is rated by the officiating members from the Atlantic Province's Harness Racing Commission. Tonight, the senior judge is Mr. Kent Butler. The associate judges are Mr. Derek Quinn and Mr. Ronnie Hennessy. Now here tonight's program and equipment changes. In the first race tonight, scratch number 3, J.J. Kinley. Race 1, scratch the 3 entry, J.J. Kinley. Turning over to race number 2, scratch number 4, Professor Gordon, and scratch the Superfecta. No Superfecta wagering on the second race with the scratch of number 4, Professor Gordon. Next change will turn over to race number 5. In the fifth race, the first of 2 super high fives, number 5, Outrageous Spirit, removing the nose clips. Number 7, I Can Do It, is in for the claiming price of $4,800. Next change, go to race number 7. In the 7th race, number 1, Ladylike, is now owned by Jennifer Doyle and Danny Burt of Vernon Bridge. And the trainer of record is Jennifer Doyle. Number 6, You Bet I'm a Good One, the driver tonight, Kenny Arsenault. Kenny Arsenault driving 6, You Bet I'm a Good One, in the 7th. Turning over to race number 8, featuring the super high 5. Number 6, That's Me a Bad. The driver tonight is Amber Campbell. Amber Campbell driving the 6, That's Me a Bad. Number 7, Salzbrook Velveeta, going from blind to blinkers. That's going to wrap up the changes at this time on tonight's program. The Par Mitchell window's open. 27 minutes prior to the first race post time, it's set for 6 o'clock. Let's go back to my co-host Peter McPhee at the HPI broadcast desk.
Thank you very much, Vance. Yeah, due to the shorter program tonight, we have some changes to our wagering offers. The early pick 4 starts on the first race tonight, and the late pick 4 is on race number 5. The super high 5 is on race number 5 as well, and again on race 8 with a low 15% takeout. There is no on-track pick 5 on tonight's race program, but this popular play will be back on Saturday and Sunday. Tag your ticket with the Wild Horses for a chance to win $25 jackpots on each race. And welcome to our HPI players. You can place your bets on your mobile at the track with our free Wi-Fi. You can just click on Red Shores Guest on your settings page. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you're able for the playing of our national anthem.
Say
Now, back to Race Day Live.
Welcome back to the top of the park at the HPI broadcast desk. I'm your host, Peter McPhee, tonight, and it sets up to be a real good night of racing here. 8 dashes on the program. Race number 7 will be the feature tonight. It is a good one, Ladylike, Plain Jane, Tobin's Brownie, Dream Fair Zenfire, Ace 44 Dome, and you bet 'em a good one, 1 through 6 here tonight, and they will go for it all in race number 7. And it's brought to you by Law of the Refrigeration. They'll be in the house tonight. They're here in the top of the park, so we'll see them trackside for the trackside presentation. I want to take you back to last week. These mares raced against each other. It was a real good horse race. Ace 44 Dome got front for Jason Hughes, the Blue Knight, and they went all the way. So let's rewind the tape and go back to last week and see Ace 44 Dome winning.
Brownie, third up the rail, Ladylike, Better Be in Love marches up. First up on the outside, fourth, the Lady Sheriff is following her, second over fifth. Dream Fair Zenfire along the rail, sixth. Trailing the field, that is You Bet I'm a Good One. 58 and 1 was the half mile. Arriving at 5-8, and the leader is Ace 44 Dome. From the outside, that's Better Be in Love. Now second, third up the rail is Tobin's Brownie. Moving up fourth on the outside, the Lady Sheriff. Ladylike with nowhere to go now, fifth. On the outside, sixth, You Bet I'm a Good One. Trailing the field, Dream Fair Zenfire on by the 3/4 in 1. 27 and 3, approaching the 7-8. Ace 44 Dome, clear by 2. Second is Tobin's Brownie. Ladylike takes over third. Dream Fair Zenfire fourth. Deep in the stretch, coming to the wire next. And it's Ace 44 Dome for the Blue Knight Use. Second, that's Tobin's Brownie. Third goes to Ladylike. Time for the mile in 1:55.3.
Yeah, it was a real nice trip last time out for Ace 44 Dome and Jason Hughes. They got to the front, they controlled it all the way, and they were winners last week from the 4-hole. They moved to post 5 here tonight. There's some speed to the inside, so we'll see what the strategy is when they leave the wings here tonight. It sets up to be a real good race in race number 7. Again, it is the Law of the Refrigeration pace. We'll see the trackside presentation after race number 7 tonight. So let's take a look at our early pick 4 selections here tonight as we kick it off here tonight. I'm going to go to the 1 in race number 1 tonight. Because of the 8-dash program, the early pick 4 will start in race number 1 tonight. And I like Dueling Banjos on the rail here, and she is a slight favorite here right now. Mark Campbell to drive, and Mark is rolling along. He had 10 wins last weekend on Saturday and Sunday, so we'll see if he can do it again this week. We do like Dueling Banjos to kick it off here on a Thursday night. In race number 2, I'm going to head to the 3. The legend continues for Brian McPhee. This trotter looked really good last week, finished second to Libero, raced really well, 2 minutes and 2/5, closed out in 30 and 4, so we think maybe goes one better this week. The legend continues for Brian McPhee. Like that horse in race number 2. Moving over to race number 3, we're going to go with Sweet Sylvia in the 3rd here for Kenny Murphy. We like the post. We think the horse will be up close here tonight, and maybe Kenny gets it done with Sweet Sylvia in race number 3. And in race number 4 tonight, we're going to head to Southwind Arturo for Mark Campbell. This horse has won his last 2 and looked really good last time out. Won by 3 and change, 58 and 4, with a closer of 29 and 3. So looking for 3 in a row, and we like them as part of our early pick 4. So I'm at 1-3-2-4, classifier next door at 3-2-5-6. They are the early pick 4 tickets. We're 12 away from race number 1 at Redshores tonight.
Introducing the first race pacers and their drivers on Post Parade. Dueling Banjos 1, owned by Jay and Mary Jean Noy. Denise and William Andrew, trained by Jay Noy with Mark Campbell driving. Locker up number 2, Kenny Arsenault, training and driving for owner Jamie Kennedy of Charlottetown. 3 is scratch. Number 4, Roses for Jenny, owned by Alan McDonald of East Biddeford. The trainer-driver is Jason Hughes. Elm Grove Misty, number 5, has Dave Kelly training and driving for owner Charlene Cipher, Springvale. Number 6, Tell Me Why, is owned by Joe McDonald of Port Alban and Alexis Gass of Cornwall. Joe is the trainer, driven by Corey McPherson. 4 minutes wagering time on tonight's first race. A friendly reminder for fans and customers, the Red Shores Early Pick 4 starts on race 1 tonight. Peter McPhee comes up next on race day.
Thanks very much, Vince. 5 minutes to go here. Now 4 to go before race number 1. I want to remind folks about the PEI Matinee Banquet. November the 16th. That's next Wednesday night right here at Red Shores in Charlottetown. You can get tickets by contacting Julie Jameson, 902-569-1682. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. So again, Matinee Banquet, November 16th. Red Shores in Charlottetown. You can get tickets from Julie Jameson, 902-569-1682. Okay, 4 to go here before race number 1 as we kick it off on a Thursday night here. Daily double on races 1 and 2. The Exactor, 20-cent super as well. The Try, 20-cent pick 4 underway as well. And a Win, Place, and Show. Wild horses as well. The jackpot is at $25. Here's the 2. It's Locker Up tonight for Jamie Kennedy of Charlottetown. Kenny Arsenault trains. Kenny's going to do the driving as well, and the line 3 back was a good one. 10:51's Fillies and Mares on October the 20th. Left from 2 was up-handy the action the whole way and was a good second to Better Than Men. 1:59 and 3. Closed out in 30 and 1. Good effort from Locker Up. It's raced a couple of times since then 1-2 back. 8:51's had to leave from 8, finished 6th, and last time out left 7, finished 7th. 59 and 2, closed 30 and 2. The good news is back inside tonight. Kenny Arsenault to drive. Locker Up is 2-1. And here is the 1. It's Dueling Banjos on the rail tonight for Jay and Mary Jean Noy. And Denise and William Andrew, they share the ownership. Jay Noy trains. It's going to be Mark Campbell in the bike. You go down the lines here, you can see 8:51's. That was 3 back, left 2, finished 4th, 2 minutes flat, 29 on the end of it. Then the 6:01's on October the 27th. Left from 7, first up, raced well, finished 3rd, 59 and 1. Closed out in 30 seconds flat. So at the 6:01's, gets the rail, Mark Campbell to drive, 8-5. Under a minute to go here before race number 1. Tell Me Why here for Joe McDonald of Brett Alban, Alexis Gass. They share the ownership. Joe does the training as well. It's Corey McPherson, knows the horse very well. You can see he had a qualifier back on the 20th, 27th, 10:61's was 6th, closed in 29 seconds. And then last time out here, 8:51's on Saturday, first up, 5th, 59, closed 30 and 1. Gets the outside post, but does get to slide in a spot due to the scratch of the 3 here. Tell Me Why, now taking some late money, 3-2. Okay, here's the call to post for race number 1, and it's an interesting betting board. A lot of close choices on the board here. Want you in on the action as we kick it off on a Thursday night. Dueling Banjos is 2-1 for Mark Campbell. Lock her up is 7-2. Kenny Arsenault, the 3 is out. Roses for Jenny there. You just saw a shot of her. For Jason Hughes tonight, they are a slight choice now at 9-5. 13-1 in Elm Grove Misty, and Tell Me Why. As the odds flick, they're now the slight choice at even money for Corey McPherson. So it sets up to be a good one in race number 1. Make sure you're in on the action. Getting set for race number 1 from Red Shores in Charlottetown tonight as they swing in behind the Metro Home Building Center starting gate. Vance Cameron, up to you for the Thursday night opener.
And we open up with Dueling Banjos. Lock Her Up, Roses for Jenny. Elm Grove Misty and Tell Me Why were scratched down to a field of 5 here in the Thursday night opener. They're on the gate, and the gate's at the top of the stretch. Here they come. The rough and pacing, Lock Her Up, and Roses for Jenny leaving out on the rail. That's Dueling Banjos. Crossing over 4th is Elm Grove Misty. Then the trailer. That's Tell Me Why. Around the turn they go, and guarding the cones, Dueling Banjos and Mark Campbell, the leaders. Lock Her Up will drop in 2nd. Roses for Jenny is settled up for 3rd. Racing from 4th, that's Elm Grove Misty, and trailing 5th is Tell Me Why. They arrive at the opening station with Dueling Banjos, the leader, in line to Mark Campbell. Getting the 2-hole ride is Lock Her Up, 29 and 1/5 was the quarter mile. Racing in mid-pack 3rd. That's Roses for Jenny. Around the turn 4th is Elm Grove Misty. Then the trailer 5th is Tell Me Why. Down the stretch they come. Positions are unchanged. They arrive next at the opening half mile, and Dueling Banjos will get them halfway home. 2nd is Lock Her Up, continuing 3rd, Roses for Jenny. Then 4th is Elm Grove Misty, continuing to trail. That is Tell Me Why. Halfway home time in 59 and 1/5. Still straight alignment as they approach the 5/8, led by the unchallenged leader, Dueling Banjos. Lock Her Up, a textbook 2-hole ride. Roses for Jenny 3rd. Upon the outside, Tell Me Why now to take over 4th. In at the rail 5th is Elm Grove Misty. 3/4 coming next. Dueling Banjos is still there. Lock Her Up continues to follow 2nd. From the outside, Tell Me Why is taken over 3rd. Roses for Jenny 4th. Elm Grove Misty 5th. 3/4 up in 1. 29 and 1. They're homeward bound in the opener. Dueling Banjos trying to go all the way. Lock Her Up to the outside. Roses for Jenny in the passing lane. Deep in the stretch. Lock Her Up. Dueling Banjos goes all the way for Campbell. Tight for the deuce. Roses for Jenny and Lock Her Up in a place picture. Time for the mile. 1:59 flat.
Okay, here's the slow-mo for race number 1 on a Thursday night at Red Shores in Charlottetown. Wow, bang, bang finish at the wire here tonight. We like dueling banjos here tonight. Got to the front for Mark Campbell. They decided they were going to cut it here tonight, and they do. 29-1. They are the leaders. Past the opening split, 59-1. Lock her up in the 2-hole. Roses for Jenny 3. Elm Grove Misty. Tell me why goes first up the backside. 129-1. And look at this here as they fan out in the lane. 3 of them across here in the middle. Dueling banjos. Roses for Jenny trying to come down the rail. 2 on the outside. That's lock her up. But wow, Dueling Banjos fights them all off and gets there in the end. Dueling Banjos and Campbell in a good one on a Thursday night.
Dueling Banjos arrives at the first race winner's circle. Pacing brown mare, the 6-year-old daughter of rock and roll heaven, is off the fake left dam. Sunduel, owned by Jay and Mary Jean Noy, Denise and William Andrew, trained by Jay Noy and driven to victory by Mark Campbell. Mare on top all the way tonight in 159. Dueling Banjos in tonight's opener.
Not in the mood to go out? Need help with local deliveries? We've got you covered. Canest is at your doorstep to lend a hand when you need it the most. We don't just move your parcels, we deliver your hopes. We deliver joy, happiness, surprise, warmth, love, pride, and cheer. Your trust inspires us to deliver your hopes and dreams with guaranteed 100% safety. Whether it's gifts, documents, medicines, groceries, and much more, we promise to deliver wrapped with love and care. So hurry up and sign up for the free Canest app, available on Play Store and Apple Store. Canest, always on the move for you. Brought to you by Kaiser Enterprises and Consultations, Inc.
Here's the official results on the first race. Dueling Banjos the winner, Lock Her Up third. J.J. Kinley was scratched. Roses for Jenny second. Elm Grove Misty fifth. Tell Me Why fourth. Fractions went 29-1, 59-1. 129-1, and the mile 159. In review, 1-3 scratched, 254. Dueling Banjos paid $420. The exactor was $18.60, triactor $19, and the superfecta was $6.50.
So working on race number 2 from Red Shores in Charlottetown tonight, and want to tell people about November's meal and deal at Red's Gold Cup Lounge on the Red Shores Charlottetown Casino floor. It's the traditional lobster roll, crispy fries, and dessert. The meal is $19.95, and rewards members get $10 free play or match play. Friday nights at Red's in November, the meal and deal, as we slide in the picks here for race number 2 tonight. Here we go. Yeah, we're landing on the 3, and here the legend continues for Brian McPhee. Raced really well last week, was a very good second to Libero. We like him to go one better here tonight. We do like the 5 for part of it as well, Suicide Shift and Stephen Shepard. And these picks were in earlier. Professor Gordon was a scratch. So we're at 3-5, the classifier, and myself. We are 7 away from race number 2.
The second race starters on the track for the post-parade. Magian Thunder 1 is owned by Mary Lee Ripley of Amherst, Nova Scotia. Jim Ripley trains and drives. King in the North, number 2, is owned by Doug Matheson, Dunsand Farms, and Wayne Oakes. Nick Oakes trains and drives. The Legend Continues 3 is owned by Ronald McDonald of Freelton, Ontario, trained and driven by Brian McPhee. For his scratch, number 5, Suicide Shift, owned by Margot Fisher of Fredericton, New Brunswick, trained by Harold Shepard. Stephen Shepard drives. 5 minutes wagering time on the second. For programs, race replays, and additional lines, go to Redshores.ca.
And there is the place photo in race number 1 tonight. It was tight for the deuce, as you can see Roses for Jenny along the rail, gets there for Hughes. Just nipping Locker up there for the place in race number 1 tonight. And I also want to tell you about the Drive for Charity Holiday Edition 2022. It's back. We're going to track this all the way until December the 4th. And here are some of the drivers taking part. Kenny Arsenault, he's teaming up with Metro Home Building Center and the Alzheimer's Society of PEI. And Mark Campbell, who we saw win that first race here tonight. Mark teaming up with Ocean 100 and Toys for Tots in the Drive for Charity Holiday Edition 2022. Okay, 4 to go here before race number 2 tonight. There's no superfecta with the scratch of the 4, Professor Gordon. So we have the exactor and the try as well. One place and show, tag your ticket with the wild horses for the on-track players, $25 here tonight. As we land on, the legend continues here for Ronald McDonald of Ontario. It's Brian McPhee to train and to drive here tonight. And this horse looked good coming off some qualifiers. Raced here on November the 3rd. That 801 level left from 2 came first up and was a bang-up second. Thought he raced really well. Second, 2 minutes, 2/5, closed out 30 and 4. Libero won it, but this guy was right there in the end on a very good start. So back in tonight from Post 3, and Brian McPhee will drive. The legend continues 1-4. Suicide Shift's going to move in a spot here tonight. He'll leave. He's number 5, but a slide in a spot due to the scratch of Professor Gordon. Suicide Shift owned by Marco Fisher of Fredericton. Harold Shepard trains. Stephen Shepard to do the driving. Last time out, it was the 801s, left from 3, and he tracked pretty much the whole way in for the show spot. 2:01 and 2, closed out 31 and 1. 13 starts this year. He does have a win, 3 seconds and 2/3. The quickest to win here, 2:03 and 2. Like we said, he moves in a little bit here tonight. Stephen knows him very well. Suicide Shift is 8-5. Here's the one. It's Magian Thunder tonight for Mary Lee Ripley of Amherst. James Ripley trains, and James is going to do the driving as well. Horse hasn't raced in a while. Was here in Charlottetown on the 22nd of September. Made a break in that one, and then you can see he had the qualifier in Truro back on October the 16th. Was second in the qualifier, and now moves to PEI. Gets the rail here tonight. Magian Thunder does have the 7 starts this year. 4 third-place finishes from 7 starts on the rail tonight. James Ripley to drive. Magian Thunder, 7-1. Here's the 2. It's King in the North for Douglas Matheson, Dunson Farms, Wayne Oaks. They all share the ownership. Nick Oaks trains. Nick's going to do the driving as well here tonight. We slide down the line September 15th in the Prospect Series here. Left from 5 was 3rd, 2-6-1 on that day. And then last time out, you can see he had the qualifier on November the 5th. Left from 2, 3rd there, 2-4-3 with a closer of 31 and 2. Does have the 14 starts this year, 2 second-place finishes and 3 thirds. So he's in post 2 here tonight. Then Nick Oaks hops up to drive King in the North, 5-1. Okay, quick look at the board before we go here. Getting set for race number 2 tonight. Magian Thunder, like we said. James Ripley on the rail at 9-1. King in the North, Nick Oaks tonight at 6-1. The legend continues. Brian McPhee, they're the favorites at 1-4. Professor Gordon is out, and Suicide Shift for Steve Shepard tonight. They're at 2-1. Getting close here in race number 2. Good luck with your picks. Getting set for race number 2 tonight from Redshores in Charlottetown as the horses swinging behind the Metro Home Building Center's starting gate this time around the trot. Let's go back upstairs to Vance Cameron for the race call.
Giant Thunder, King in the North. The legend continues. Suicide Shift. The second race, trotters were scratched down to a very compact field of 4. They approach the gate and they're at the top of the stretch. Here they come. Off stride before the start goes the 2, King in the North. Back leaving on the rail was Giant Thunder. There they go, off and trotting, and the legend continues. And Suicide Shift are leaving out. Off stride at the rail. There goes Giant Thunder, and trailing the field is King in the North. So we're down to a 2-horse old-fashioned match race in here. They straighten to the backstretch and go to the opening quarter. The legend continues in line to Brian McPhee, the leader. Suicide Shift at this point's the only one with a shot at that leader. In the backfield, going off stride at the rail, Giant Thunder, and from the outside, that is King in the North. The opening quarter tripped in 29-1, so we're getting decent fractions here for the compact field. On by the 3/8 pole, the leader. The legend continues, clear by 2. Second is Suicide Shift. Racing from third is King in the North, and the trailer, that is Giant Thunder. They're halfway home, and the legend continues, the midway point leader. Suicide Shift is second, King in the North third, trailing the field, Giant Thunder 58-4. So Brian sits up on the legend continues, leading at 5/8. Suicide Shift right there second. Third is King in the North, and the trailer, that is Giant Thunder. 3/4 coming next, and the legend continues to lead it. Suicide Shift is there second. King in the North has third. The trailer is Giant Thunder. 3/4 in the books, and that's the legend continues there in 1:29-4. Down to an 1/8 of a mile left to trot, and turning home, the legend continues by 2. Suicide Shift second. King in the North and Giant Thunder on the wire. They come next, and the legend continues, takes Brian McPhee on top of every call. Suicide Shift is there second. King in the North will be third. The mile in 1:59-4.
Okay, here comes the slow-mo for race number 2 from Redshores in Charlottetown tonight. We talked about him racing really well last week. The legend continues, tracked in for the deuce behind Libero. 2 minutes, 2 fifths, closed 30-4, raced really well. We had a couple of breakers here early tonight, and it turned into a 2-horse race. Brian on the front with the legend continues. Suicide Shift sitting 2 the whole way through 29-1, 58-4. Still the legend continues, and Brian McPhee 3/4, 129-4. He's still there, and you can see him here now. He's got it in hand as he hits the wire here. The legend continues, and Brian McPhee, they go coast to coast and win race number 2 at Redshore tonight. 1:59-4. Suicide Shift is second. King in the North third. The legend continues, and Brian McPhee in the winner's circle next.
Now arriving at the second race winner's circle, number 3, the legend continues, trotting brown gelding 3 by Archangel from the SJ's Photo Dam. Top Photo, owned by Ronald McDonald of Freelton, Ontario, trained and driven to victory by Brian McPhee. Colt on top at every call tonight, trotting to a maiden record of 1:59.4. The legend continues in the second. Here's the official results in the second. The Giant Thunder fourth, King in the North third. The legend continues, the race winner. Professor Gordon was scratched. Suicide Ship was second. Fractions 129.1, 58.4, 129.4, and the mile 159.4. In review, it's 431, scratch 2. The legend continues, pay 210. The exactor 310, triactor 660, and the early double 760. On the third race post-parade, number 1, Miss Chantal Mockaby is owned by Mary Jean Noy, Denise Andrew, and Tasha McKenzie. Kenneth Wilkie trains and drives. Sweet Sylvia, 2, is owned by Sylvia Hall Andrews of Nanaimo, British Columbia, trained by Frank Hansen, driven by Kenny Murphy. Crimson and Clover, 3, is owned by Morris Cody of Charlottetown. Kenny Arsenault trains and drives. Heather's Pet 4, Neil Bambick of Charlottetown, is the owner, trainer, and driver. DC's First Girl, number 5, owned by Dave Kelly and Charlene Cipher of Springvale. Dave Kelly trains and drives. Good Gracious Eileen, number 6, owned by David Frazier from Mount Albion. Trained by Greg Weatherby, driven by Jason Hughes. It's Dally Time, number 7, is owned and trained by Robert Phillips of Lou's Route 204. Tonight, Mark Campbell. 5 minutes wagering time on race number 3. Best of luck to Mark Campbell and Gilles Berriot, who will be representing Atlantic Canada at the National Driving Championship on November 24th at Century Mile in Edmonton, Alberta.
You got it right, Vance, and I can't wait for it. It's coming up soon, and there's a nice screen slate from UMI. Best of luck again to Barrio and Campbell. They'll be representing Atlantic Canada at the National Driving Championship. As Vance said, Thursday, November 24th, Century Mile Racetrack and Casino in Edmonton, Alberta. And again, thank you to Standard Bread Canada and the National Driving Championship. We'll all be watching, and they'll be going up against Gilles and Mark. They'll be going up against Louis-Philippe Waugh, Doug McNair, Pascal Berube, Samuel Filion, Mike Hennessy, and Dave Kelly. So looking forward to it, November the 24th. Okay, 4 to go here before race number 3 tonight. Exactor, 20-cent super, the try, win, place, and show. Tag your ticket for the Wild Horse players. Jackpot's $25. It's Sweet Sylvia on the screen here for Sylvia Hall of Nanaimo, BC. It's Frank Hansen, the trainer. Kenny Murphy's going to do the driving. If we slide down the lines here, October 12th, Summerside, that fillies and mares 401. Left from 5 was put on the point by Kenny, and she led for a long way. Just getting collared at the very end. Second there. 2-1-1 closed out 30-4. She was good also on Summerside on October the 30th. Left from 5, finished third. 2-3-2 closed out 30-3. So in a good spot here tonight. Kenny Murphy to drive. Sweet Sylvia's 4 to 5. Here's the one, Miss Chantal Makabe for Mary Jean Noy, Denise Andrew, Tasha McKenzie. They all share the ownership. Kenny Wilkie trains and drives. Got a perfect trip last time out. It worked out as the horse slid down the passing lane to get it all 2-2-1, 29-1 on the end of it. You go down the lines here. This horse has been first, second, or third in the past 6 starts. So very, very consistent on the rail here tonight and serving up 13-1. Here's the 3. It's Crimson and Clover for Morris Cody of Charlottetown. Kenny Arsenault trains. Kenny's going to do the driving as well. The 1-3 back, October the 20th here. That winner's 1-2, left 4. Tracked in for third. 2 minutes 4/5, closed in 29-2. And the one prior to that, again, left from 4, finished 4th, 59-2, 29-4 on the end of it. So lines up in a good spot here tonight. Kenny Arsenault is going to do the driving. The price is right on Crimson and Clover, 5-1. Okay, it's post time here in race number 3. Let's take a quick look at the board before we go here. 8-1 on Miss Chantal Makabe. 6-5, Sweet Sylvia here. The slight choice for Kenny Murphy. Crimson and Clover, 5-1 for Kenny Arsenault. Heather's Pet now taking money, 5-2 for Neil Bambrick. They'll be in the middle tonight. DC's First Girl at 25-1. Good Gracious Eileen from post 6 at 5-1. And it's Dally Time. Mark Campbell this week at 9-2. So good betting board here in race number 3. We're getting close. Metro Home Building Center starting gate rolling here for race number 3 from Red Shores in Charlottetown tonight. Back upstairs to track announcer Vance Cameron for the call.
Miss Chantal Mockaby, Sweet Sylvia, Crimson and Clover, Heather's Pet, DC's First Girl, Good Gracious Eileen, it's Dally time outside, top of the stretch. Here they come. Starters recalling the third race. Starters recall underway. Farm mutual windows, they remain open if you have a last-minute third race selection. In the third race, the starters recall charged the number 3 Crimson and Clover for interference on the 4 prior to the start. Take 2 for the third race as they line up once again. Miss Chantal Mockaby, Sweet Sylvia, Crimson and Clover, Heather's Pet, DC's First Girl, Good Gracious Eileen, it's Dally time, top of the stretch. Here they come. Green light go this time. The rough and pacing Sweet Sylvia leaving out. Miss Chantal Mockaby is second to the turn. Crimson and Clover got away third. Heather's Pet from the outside is fourth. Now racing fifth is DC's First Girl. Then it's Good Gracious Eileen, and trailing the field, it's Dally time. On to the backstretch they go, led by Sweet Sylvia, in line to Kenny Murphy by 2. Second is Miss Chantal Mockaby. Racing third, that's Crimson and Clover. Heather's Pet's away fourth. DC's First Girl fifth. In sixth, that's Good Gracious Eileen. Trailing the field, it's Dally time 7:29 and 3 the opening quarter. Racing one straight back to 7 as they round the turn, led by Sweet Sylvia for Kenny Murphy. The 2-hole ride belongs to Miss Chantal Mockaby. Racing from third, Crimson and Clover. Heather's Pet fourth. DC's First Girl fifth. Good Gracious Eileen is sixth. On the outside, seventh, it's Dally time. They're halfway home in the third, led by Sweet Sylvia. Getting that 2-hole ride, Miss Chantal Mockaby. Third into the turn is Crimson and Clover. Heather's Pet at the rail fourth. 1 minute and 3 was the half. Fifth on the outside, it's Dally time. Now racing sixth, DC's First Girl outside the trailer. That's Good Gracious Eileen seventh. They're on the back stretch for the final time. 3/4 coming next. Sweet Sylvia continuing to lead. From the outside second, Crimson and Clover. Miss Chantal Mockaby in the pocket third. Heather's Pet is with them fourth. Now it's Dally time fifth. Good Gracious Eileen. Now the trailer, DC's First Girl. 3/4 up in 1. 31-1. They're down to an eighth of a mile to go. Sweet Sylvia trying to take them all the way. Miss Chantal Mockabe into the passing lane. She comes. Deep stretch. Now Crimson and Clover is there. 3 of them coming across the track. Crimson and Clover for Kenny Arsenault on the line. Then Miss Chantal Mockabe with Sweet Sylvia. 2 minutes, 3/5.
Okay, here's the slow-mo for race number 3 from Red Shores and Charlottetown tonight. We said that this horse had the step to go with these horses here tonight, and it worked out in the end. Sweet Sylvia off a hop here tonight for Kenny Murphy. Cuts at 29-3. They are the leaders over there. Good rating at the half, 1 minute and 3. And then the 3/4 were 1:31-1. Kenny went first with Crimson and Clover, and they were going toe-to-toe. So they swung for home here. Like the first race, they fan out 3 wide. 2 in the middle, Sweet Sylvia. 3 on the outside, Crimson and Clover. Miss Chantal Mockabe trying to sneak down the cone. But it's Kenny Arsenault in the end. Crimson and Clover, yes, getting there to score. 2 minutes, 3/5. Real nice job by Kenny here tonight to win race number 3 at Red Shores.
Here comes Crimson and Clover to the third race winner's circle, pacing round Philly 3 by Shadow Play. From the Sports Rider Dam, Southwind Mischief, owned by Morris Cody of Charlottetown, trained and driven to victory by Kenny Arsenault. And the filly will pace to a new race win record tonight of 2 minutes and 3/5. Crimson and Clover in the third.
This race replay is brought to you by Sintrack Print and Graphic. Here they come, and it's Sintrack for the win with exceptional print products, exceptional graphic design services, and exceptional value. Sintrack Print and Graphics, 902-892-7719.
Now the official results from the third race. Miss Chantal Mockabe was second. Sweet Sylvia third. Crimson and Clover the race winner. Heather's Pet fourth. DC's First Girl seventh. Good Gracious Eileen was fifth. It's Dally Time sixth. Fractions went 29-3. 1 minute 3. 1:31-1. And the mile in 2 minutes and 3/5. From the top it's 2-3-1. 4-7. 5-6. Crimson and Clover paid $11.10 to win. The exactor $41.80, triactor $54.70, and the superfactor was $13.96.
So working on race number 4 from Red Shores in Charlottetown tonight. Want to tell you about the Red Shores Fan Zone. Red Shores Charlottetown pleased to offer a new fan zone in the lower level of Red Shores. This area has high top tables, new flat screen TVs featuring live and off-track horse racing. You can also place your bets by using free Wi-Fi on your mobile device through HPIBet.com. As we roll in the picks here for race number 4 tonight. I'm going to head to the 5 in here along with everybody else. Southwind Oturo, Mark Campbell, they're looking to go for 3 in a row here tonight. I do like the 4 for part of it. Hall of a Ride for Kenny Murphy. They raced well last week. And I'm going to put the 2 in here. A bit of a long shot along for the ride in Amber Campbell. So I'm at 5-4-2. Classifier underneath at 5-4-1. Horses on the track for the post parade in just a moment.
The 4th race trotters enter the track on post parade. Number 1, Daisy River. Jason Hughes driving for owner-trainer Bill Lanigan, Montague. Along for the ride, number 2 is owned by Ambrose Label of Morel, trained by Brian McPhee, driven by Amber Campbell. Tequila Tuesday 3, owned by Jackie Heffernan, Glace Bay, Nova Scotia, trained by Miles Heffernan Jr., Miles Sr. driving. Hall of a Ride 4 gets Kenny Murphy in the driver's seat for owner-trainer Janice Hubbard of St. John, New Brunswick. 5 is Southwind Arturo, owned by Robin Burke of Brackley, Natasha Campbell of Orwell. Mark Campbell trains and drives. 4 minutes wagering time on the 4th. Don't miss the Super High 5 coming up on race number 5 with the low 15% takeout.
And there's the place photo from race number 3 tonight. You can see the 1 horse along the rail there. Miss Chantal Maccabee getting up to nip Sweet Sylvia for the deuce in race number 3 tonight. And the Atlantic Dream Stable 2022 has come to an end, and congratulations to the winner. It was Tyler Wilkie, so congratulations to you, Tyler. Thank you to all those who participated in the contest in 2022, which helped raise $1,640 in charitable donations for the IWK. And there's a look at the top 10 in the Atlantic Dream Stable. As we said, Tyler Wilkie was the winner. Shane Ryan in for the deuce. It was close. And Stephen Quinn gets the show spot here. Again, thank you to everybody for participating in the Atlantic Dream Stable 2022. And again, thank you to Phillips Agri Services and Brooks Performance Horse Feeds. Okay, 2 to go here before race number 4. Exactor 20-cent Super the try as well. Win, place, and show. And for you on-track players, you can tag your ticket to Jackpot $25. Southwind Toro for Campbell. They've both been rolling along lately here at Red Shores. Robin Burke and Natasha Campbell, they share the ownership. Mark does the training as well. Horse has been excellent the last 2. October 27th, 11:01s left off the rail. Was a winner. 2, 1, and 3 closed out in 30 seconds. And then 13:51s back here on November the 3rd left from 1, came first up and was a winner by 3 and change. 58 and 4 closed out 29 and 3. Going for the hat trick tonight. Southwind Arturo 3 to 5. Here's the next door neighbor. It's Hall of a Ride tonight for Janice Hubbard of St. John. Janice also trains. Kenny Murphy's going to do the driving tonight. Thought the horse raced really well last week. 13:51s, busted off the wings. Had the lead briefly and then sat in the 2-hole. Rallied in for the deuce behind Southwind Otero. 59-2, closed out in 30-1. This horse does have 6 wins, 4 seconds, and 4 thirds. So it's put together a really nice campaign. 6 wins from 19 starts. 58-3, the quickest here in Charlottetown, and up over 10,000 in earnings. So Hall of a Ride having a good year, and Kenny Murphy's back to drive at 5-1. And just a reminder for people entering horses next week, the draw date next week will be Tuesday, November the 15th, and both Saturday and Sunday's cards will be drawn on Tuesday, November the 15th. So again, a reminder for people who are entering horses next week, the draw date next week will be Tuesday, November the 15th. Both Saturday and Sunday's cards will be drawn on Tuesday, November 15th. And there's a look at the 2 along for the ride here for Ambrose Leibold of Morel. Brian McPhee trains. Amber Campbell's going to do the driving. This horse has put together a really nice year. 17 starts, 5 wins, 3 seconds, 2 thirds, up over 18,000 in earnings. A nice record of 2 minutes, 2 fifths right here at Red Shores in Charlottetown. Made a break last time out, so looking for a little bit of redemption here tonight, but the ones prior to that were good. 11:01s, 2 back there, raced really well. Third, 2-2-1, closed 30-2. And if you go down a little bit further, in the Lady Slipper in Summerside, was a winner there. 2:05-1, closed out 29-3. Together a really nice year and a good spot here tonight. Amber Campbell to drive along for the ride at 3-1. Getting set for race number 4 from Red Shores in Charlottetown tonight as the horses swing in behind the Metro Home Building Center starting gate. Vance, we're back on the trot. Up to you for the call.
And the trotters in the 4th line up from the rail out, Daisy River. Along for the ride, Tequila Tuesday. Hall of a Ride, Southwind Arturo. Top of the stretch. They're approaching a start. Off stride goes the 3, Tequila Tuesday, and there they go, off and trotting along the rail. Daisy River will lead them out. Hall of a Ride is second, Southwind Arturo third. Moving into 4th, Tequila Tuesday, and off stride went along for the ride. So they're at the 8th pole. Daisy River is the leader, and here comes an early challenger. Hall of a Ride up and after the leader. Racing from 3rd is Southwind Arturo, trotting at the rail 4th, Tequila Tuesday. Then the trailer, that is along for the ride. So they arrive at the quarter mile. Now the leader, Hall of a Ride for Kenny Murphy. Second is Daisy River, closed up in 3rd. That is Southwind Arturo. Up with the leaders 4th is Tequila Tuesday. And in the backfield, along along for the ride, the trailer. 29 and a 1/5 was the first quarter. Hall of a Ride will lead them down the stretch. There goes Southwind Arturo up on the outside to take over second. Daisy River on the rail third. Tequila Tuesday fourth. And along for the ride is the trailer halfway home. We got a new leader. Southwind Arturo takes over from Mark Campbell. Second is Hall of a Ride. Into the turn, Daisy River third. Trotting from fourth, Tequila Tuesday. Along for the ride is fifth. 58-4 was a solid opening half mile, and that's Southwind Arturo, the leader by 2. Hall of a Ride is second, racing from third. That's Daisy River. Tequila Tuesday is fourth, and along for the ride in the backfield, the trailer on past the 3/4, widening the lead is Southwind Arturo. Hall of a Ride second, Daisy River third. Back into fourth, Tequila Tuesday, and along for the ride fifth. The 3/4 in 1:28-4. They're homeward bound. Southwind Arturo the leader. Hall of a Ride on the outside. Up the rail. That's Daisy River. Southwind Arturo wins again to double up Mark Campbell. Second is Hall of a Ride. Daisy River third. The time for the mile in 1:58 and 1.
Okay, here's the slow-mo for race number 4 from Red Shores in Charlottetown tonight. It was interesting early on here tonight. Daisy River wanted the front, but Hall of a Ride took it away. 29-1. Mark was sitting third with Southwind Arturo. They approached the half, 58-4. That's when Mark went first with Southwind Arturo. They were able to clear up. They swung for the backside. 128-4. Yeah, a little bit of separation on the backside, but then they turned for home here now, and Hall of a Ride comes back on, challenging late, but Southwind Arturo had the jump on them. And down the lane they come here now, and Mark has a little bit of a lean back. He knows he's got it in hand. 1:58-1. Southwind Arturo, give him 3 in a row. Campbell has 2 on the night. They're in the Red Shores winner circle. Next.
Here comes Southwind Arturo into the 4th race winner's circle. Trotting Bay Colt 3 by Muscle Hill. From the Chapter 7 dam, Amberella, owned by Robin Burke of Brackley and Natasha Campbell of Orwell. Mark Campbell training and driving. Mark's second driving victory tonight for the double. And the Colts a winner in 1:58-1. Southwind Arturo in the 4th.
This race replay is brought to you by Symes Horse Transport. Based in Nova Scotia and with over 20 years of experience, Chucky Symes would welcome an opportunity to transport your horses when you need them moved. Operating 2 rigs, Symes Horse Transport offers safe, feasible, and timely trucking in Canada and in the U.S. We also buy and sell horses. To book a stall and to get a quote, call or text 902-664-7086 or email sd.symes@gmail.com. Good luck racing.
Here's the official results from the 4th race. Daisy River 3rd, along for the ride 5th. Tequila Tuesday 4th. Hall of a Ride second. Southwind Arturo, the race winner. Fractions went 29 and 1, 58 and 4, 128 and 4, and the mile 158 and 1. In review, 354, 2-1. Southwind Arturo paid 220. The Exactor 360, Triactor 670, Superfecta 216.
Okay, working on race number 5 tonight from Red Shores in Charlottetown. Vance Cam is just around the corner. Want to tell you about special events and more. Red Shores Charlottetown and the Top of the Park restaurant will be offering a new and exciting lineup of special events called Park After Dark. It includes comedy nights, live performances, dinner presentations, and more. You can stay up to date on these special events at Redshores.ca or follow us on our social media platforms. Red Shores is Atlantic Canada's premier entertainment destination. As we slide in the picks here for race number 5, a brief preview here. I do like the 4 a little bit in here. Private Dancer for Corey McPherson. Going with a long shot, the 3, Elm Grove Nancy. And putting in the 5 as well, Outrageous Spirit. I'm at 4-3-5. Classifier is totally different. 6-7-1 in here. We'll see what Vance thinks. This is wide open in this race here. 7 to go before the Vance Cam at Red Shores.
The 5th race featuring the first of 2 super high fives on tonight's program are on the track. Number 1, Starships Alicia, owned by Claude Portier, trained by Earl Watts, David Dowling. Windermere No Harm Done, number 2, is owned and trained by Travis Wilkie of Sturgeon, Miles Heffernan drives. 3, Elm Grove Nancy gets Kenny Murphy in the driver's seat for owner-trainer Robert Phillips of Lou's Route 204. Private Dancer number 4 is owned by Paul and Zach Conway of Bonshaw. Paul is the trainer. Corey McPherson drives. Outrageous Spirit 5, owned by Paul Holmes of Warren Grove and Kevin Peters of Emmyvale. Kevin is the trainer. Jason Hughes Kent drives. Cinder Angelina 6 is owned, trained, and driven by Jacob Sweet of O'Leary. I Can Do It 7, owned by Douglas and David Neal of Charlottetown, trained by Keith Ford. Mark Campbell drives. Down to 4 minutes wagering time on race number 5. And Peter, you and I are going to come up with our selections in the first Super High 5 tonight. We thank Results Marketing and Advertising for their proud presentation of the Vance Cam out of the announcer's booth here at the driving park. In the 5th, we're going to play a hunch on the 5, Outrageous Spirit. The 43 lifetime winner is 0 for 18 this season, Pete. She loves to win, as the 43 wins indicate over her career. Going to play a hunch on the Blue Knight tonight. Use her on top. I like the 7, I Can Do It. Going to go to the Rail Starships Alicia for 3rd. For 4th, I like the 4, Private Dancer. And I'll close it out with the 6, Cinder Angelina. From the booth, I'm going 5, 7, 1, 4, 6. Peter, down to you and your Super High 5.
Vance, I found this very hard. This is wide open, this race. I think anybody can win it. You could see Gerard's selections. He was totally opposite of me. And Vance, you were a combination of Gerard and I. So I think we're all over the map. I'm going to the 4, Private Dancer and Corey McPherson here tonight. I think they'll be up handy the front here. I do like the 3, Vance. I'm going to throw in Elm Grove Nancy. It's a bit of a long shot at 12 to 1. The 5, like you said, Outrageous Spirit, the Blue Knight tonight, we'll call for 3rd. And then the 6 and the 7, Cinder Angelina, and I Can Do It. So I'm at 4, 3, 5, 6, 7, and Vance, you can see next door there at 5, 7, 1, 4, 6 in a wide open Super High 5 in the 5th at Red Shores. Getting set for race number 5 from Redshores in Charlottetown tonight is the horse to swing in behind the Metro Home Building Center starting gate. Vance Cameron, up to you for the race call.
Starship's Alicia, Windermere No Harm Done, Elm Grove Nancy, Private Dancer, Outrageous Spirit, Cinder Angelina, I Can Do It. Top of the stretch. Here they come. The rough and facing Private Dancer, Outrageous Spirit, Windermere No Harm Done, and along the rail, Starship's Alicia leaving out. Private Dancer makes the lead. Second, that is Outrageous Spirit to get away. Third is Starship's Alicia. Windermere No Harm Done is fourth, then it's Elm Grove Nancy fifth. Dropping in sixth is Cinder Angelina, trailing the field. That's I Can Do It seventh, along the back stretch, going to the quarter, led by Private Dancer. In line to Corey McPherson. Outrageous Spirit set up in the 2-hole, racing from third. That is Starship's Alicia. Rounding the turn fourth is Windermere No Harm Done, 29 and 2 the opening quarter. Elm Grove Nancy races from fifth. It's Cinder Angelina sixth. Trailing the field seventh, I Can Do It. In straight alignment towards the half mile they come, led by Private Dancer. Outrageous Spirit goes second, racing third, Starship's Alicia. Windermere No Harm Done is fourth, Elm Grove Nancy fifth. On the outside sixth is Cinder Angelina. On the cone seventh, I Can Do It. 59 and 3 over to the opening half mile. Just a shade more than 3/8 of a mile to go. The leader at 5/8, Private Dancer. From the outside, here comes Starship's Alicia now to challenge that leader. Third up the rail, that is Outrageous Spirit. Racing from fourth is Windermere No Harm Done. Elm Grove Nancy up the rail fifth. 3 high, 6, Cinder Angelina. I Can Do It at the rail, the trailer. 3 quarters in the books, 1:29 and 4. Approaching the 7/8, led by Starship's Alicia. She's got broken gear on the front, turning home. On the outside, that is Outrageous Spirit challenging. Moving into third, Windermere No Harm Done. Way wide. Fourth, that is I Can Do It, but it is Outrageous Spirit for the Blue Knight Ewes. Second, Starship's Alicia. Elm Grove Nancy rallying up third. 1:59.2.
Well, here's the replay for race number 5 from Redshores in Charlottetown tonight. I hope you were listening to Vance Cameron. He had Outrageous Spirit on top here tonight. Good call by Vance tonight as we take you through it here. Private Dancer won at the front, 29 and 2, 59 and 3. Starship's Alicia 3-hole pop up the backside, 129 and 4. But Jason follows with Outrageous Spirit, and down the stretch they come here now. And he's able to collar the one, Starship Alicia on the front end, and goes right on by with Outrageous Spirit here. Tip of the cap to Vance Cameron. He nails this one here. 1:59 and 2. Outrageous Spirit and the Blue Knight win race number 5 at Redshores.
Outrageous Spirit arriving at the race 5 winner's circle. Bay pacing mare, she's 11 by Articulator from the Cami Best Dam. Outrageous Storm, owned by Paul Holmes of Warren Grove and Kevin Peters of Hemyvale, trained by Kevin Peters. Jason Hughes, the Blue Knight, got a catch driving call to the winner's circle in 1:59 and 2/5. Outrageous Spirit in the Super High 5. Now, the official results in race 5, Starship's Alicia was second with broken equipment. Windermere No Harm Done fourth. Elm Grove Nancy third. Private Dancer seventh. Outrageous Spirit the race winner. Cinder Angelino was sixth. I Can Do It finished fifth. The fractions were 29 and 2, 59 and 3, 129 and 4, and the mile 159 and 2. From the top, it's 2, 4, 3, 7, 1, 6, 5. Outrageous Spirit paid $6.30. The exactor was $18.40. Triactor $90.20, and the Super High 5 valued at $428.80.
Okay, head away from race number 6 here tonight, and I want to tell you about the Drive for Charity Holiday Edition. It's back, and again, we want to thank everybody who's involved, the drivers, the charities, and the businesses this year. And we're going to take a look at a couple here. You can see Jason Hughes. He was a winner last time out there. Jason's involved for the Drive for Charity, teaming up with Daniel Air Ross Limited and Camp Ketchup. And also David Dowling. He's in the mix this year with the Andrew Stables of Ontario and Prince Edward Island. And their charity is Kidsport PEI. We'll track the Drive for Charity all the way until December the 4th. Here's a look at the picks for race number 6 here tonight. I'm going to head to the 1 Freddie on the rail here tonight. I do like the 2 Libero for part of it as well, and the 5 Mile Hill Willie. Classifier underneath at 154. Horses on the track for the post parade in just a moment.
Open trotters enter the track for the sixth race post parade. Number 1, Freddie, owned by 3 Wiseman Stable of Kingston. Mark Campbell trains and drives. Libero 2 is owned by Donna Van Meer of Mount Herbert, trained by Randy Van Meer, driven by David Dowling. Summit City Nate, number 3, owned by Leanne Moyer of Summerside, trained by Philip DeRoche. Tonight, Kyle DeRoche drives. Four is Incredible 2, owned by Wade Piccone of Stanchel, trained and driven by Kenny Arsenault. 5 is Mile Hill Willie, owned by John Bro of Shediac, Cape, New Brunswick, and Paul Morrison of Cardigan. Paul is the trainer. Corey McPherson drives. There's 4 minutes wagering time in race number 6. Please keep in mind the on-track pick 5 returns Saturday and Sunday. There's no on-track pick 5 tonight.
And you can follow Red Shores' official social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Get the most accurate, up-to-date information on racing, restaurants, casinos, gaming floors, and any new announcements from our Red Shores official social media platforms. Okay, working on race number 6 from Red Shores in Charlottetown tonight. Exactor, 20-cent super, the try as well. Win, place, and show. Tag your ticket with the Wild Horses jackpot, $25. We land on Freddie here for the 3 Wiseman Stable of Kingston PEI. Trainer is Mark Campbell. Driver is Mark Campbell as well. Freddie this year is still doing it. 20 starts, 5 wins, 5 seconds, 5 thirds. He's been very, very consistent, up over 12,000 in earnings, and he does have a record of 58-2 taken here in Charlottetown. It's the quickest trip on the year for Freddie. We go down the lines. You can see he was a winner, 13:51s back on October the 13th. He was a winner there for Mark, 59-2, 29-4. And the last time out, he raced pretty well. He was on the lead briefly, but ended up second behind Jessica. Freddie was second. 2 minutes closed out in 30-2. He's up over 80 career wins. He's got a big shot here tonight. Freddie and Campbell, 4-5. Here's the 2. It's Libero tonight for Donna Van Meer of Mount Herbert. Randy Van Meer is the trainer. David Dowling's going to do the driving. Horse was good last time out at the 8:01s. Left from 4, was put on the point by Barrio, and they went right down the road. Winners 2 minutes and a fifth, closed out 30-4. And if we slide down a little bit further, we can see back on October the 6th, left off the rail was a winner, 2 minutes 4 fifths, closed out 30-3. So moves on up a little bit tonight from last time out. Gets a good spot to work from. David Dowling in the bike tonight on Libero, 7-2. Here's Mile Hill Willie. He was a late scratch last time out, but he was sharp prior to that in the open back on October the 20th. Left off the rail. He came first up and was a bang-up second to Jessica. 59-2, 30-2 on the end of it. Raced very well. Came back a week later on the 27th. It was in the open again. Left from 4. Again, similar tactics. First up, second to Jessica. 59-4. Closed out in 30-1. He was scratched out last week, so he's back in this week. He had a nice year, 11 starts. He does have 4 wins, 2 seconds and a third. The quickest is 58-2 was a win here at Red Shores in Charlottetown. Mile Hill Willie, it's Corey McPherson tonight from Post 5, 5-2. Okay, that's the call to post here in the 6th. Let's take a quick look at the board before we go here. Freddie, the favorite right now from Mark Campbell at 4-5. Libero's in the 2-hole tonight for Dowling at 6-1. Summit City Nate, Kyle DeRoche tonight, 16-1 in the middle. Incredible 2, Kenny Arsenal. Kenny already has a win tonight, 6-1 on Incredible 2. And Mile Hill Willie on the outside, Corey McPherson, 2-1. That's the field. Good luck with your selections here in race number 6. Getting set for race number 6 from Red Shores in Charlottetown tonight as the horses swinging behind the Metro Home Building Center starting gate. Vance Cameron, over to you for the race call.
Freddie Libero, Summit City Nate, Incredible 2, Mile Hill Willie. The Open Trotters, top of the stretch. Tough time to get Summit City Nate to set. Well back here at the start. Here they come. The rough and trotting and Summer City Nate did not make the start. Into the turn they go, led by Freddie. Second is Libero, Mile Hill Willie third. Incredible 2 is fourth, and trailing the field, that is Summit City Nate. Up the backstretch they go to the opening quarter. It's Freddie and Campbell leading it by 2. Mile Hill Willie trots up on the outside, and he's going after that leader. Third at the rail, Libero. Racing from fourth, Incredible 2, and the trailer, Summit City Nate, and he is the reason for that inquiry sign posted on the tote board. On by the quarter of 29 and 2 to take over the lead. It's Mile Hill Willie and Corey McPherson. Freddie now is second, racing from third, Libero, with the leaders fourth. That's Incredible 2. And now back down trotting in the trailer is Summit City Nate. They're halfway home in the open trot. The leader, that is Mile Hill Willie. And at the rail racing from second is Freddie. Third along the inside is Libero. Incredible 2 fourth, trailing the field, Summit City Nate. 58 and 2 over to the opening half mile. 29 flat in the second quarter by the 5/8, and they straightened up the backstretch. They're en route to 3/4 now, led by Mile Hill Willie. Racing from second, that's Freddie. Libero third. Incredible 2 is there fourth, trailing the field, Summit City Nate. 3/4 goes to Mile Hill Willie. Freddie continues second. He's edging out. 3/4 up in 1. 29 and 1. They round the turn for the final time. 1/8 of a mile left to trot. Mile Hill Willie to bring him home. Freddie second. Libero. Incredible 2 is there. Down the stretch they come. Mile Hill Willie. Incredible 2 coming late on the outside. On the line, it's Mile Hill Willie for McPherson in the open trot. Incredible 2 rallies up second. Freddie held third. 1:58.4.
Okay, here's the slow-mo for race number 6 from Red Shores in Charlottetown tonight. It was the Open Trotters, and Mile Hill Willie did not want to wait here. He wanted to control it, and Corey got him around that first turn into the front here tonight, and they bossed it right from that point on, 29 and 2. Mile Hill Willie gets front for Corey McPherson tonight, 58 and 2. Freddie in the 2-hole. Libero was 3. Incredible 2-4. Swing to the backside, 129 and 1. Still there. Mile Hill Willie swinging on down the stretch here. You can see he's going to fend off the 4. That's Incredible 2 is flying late, but no, can't quite get there in the end as Mile Hill Willie goes gate to wire and wins the open trot at Red Shores.
Ladies and gentlemen, in race number 6, there'll be a general refund of all monies wagered on 3 Summit City Nate. Failure to make the fair start pole when the word go was given. General refund on 3 Summit City Nate. Mile Hill Willie arriving at the 6th race winner's circle, trotting Chestnut Stallion. He's 6 by Umbro Barrister. From the Mr. Vic Dam Pumpkin Doodles, all by John Bro of Shediac, Cape, New Brunswick, and Paul Morrison of Cardigan, trained by Paul Morrison. Corey McPherson in the driver's seat for the win. The mile 158 and 4. Mile Hill Willie in the open trot at Charlottetown. Here's the official results in race 6. Freddie finished 3rd, Libero 4th. Summit City Nate was 5th and refunded. Incredible 2, 2nd. Mile Hill Willie, the race winner, 29 and 2, 58 and 2, 129 and 1, and the mile trotted in 158 and 4. In review, 3, 4, 5, 2, 1. Mile Hill Willie paid $4. The exactor $19.20, triactor $30, superfecta $4.34.
So welcome back to the top of the park at the HBI Broadcast Desk. I'm your host, Peter McPhee. Tonight as we work on race number 7, it is the feature here tonight. It is the Open Mares. It's going to be a great race. Red Shores now featured in 9 PEI hotels for the 2022 season. Guests receive a promotional play package, which even includes a taxi voucher when they sign up for a rewards club. Hotels include the Home and Grand, Holiday Inn, Delta, Prince Edward, and more. You can watch for the new hotel opening soon next to the Credit Union Place in Summerside. So we get a quick look at the picks here. I'm into the 4 in here, Dream, Fairs, and Fire. I do like the 3 for part of it, Tobin's Brownie, and the 1. Lady Like Swim at 4-3-1, Classifier underneath at 3-4-5, 6 away from race number 7 at Red Shores.
Preferred mares for the 7th race on the track for the parade. Lady Like number 1 is now owned by Jennifer Doyle and Danny Bird of Vernon Bridge. Jennifer is the trainer. Corey McPherson drives. Plain Jane 2 is owned by Lee and Faith Gavin of Tignish. Mark Campbell trains. Kenny Murphy will catch drive. Tobin's Brownie 3, the owners are Brittany Watts, Sandra Weeks, and Errol Burgoyne of Springvale. David Dowling trains and drives. Dream Fairs and Fire 4, owned by Ryan and Everett McLeod of Surrey. Mark Campbell, the trainer-driver. Ace 44, Dome number 5, owned by Donald McRae of Vernon Bridge, trained and driven by Jason Hughes. You Bet I'm a Good One number 6, owned by Jeff Lilly, Blair McLaughlin, Mark Gallant, and Knox Pavlatos. Trained by Jeff Lilly. Note the driver change to Kenny Arsenault. Kenny Arsenault now driving number 6. You Bet I'm a Good One. 4 minutes wagering time on the 7th. Back to the broadcast desk with Peter McPhee and the race day recap, presented by Metro Home Building Center.
That's right, Vance. Thank you very much. Yeah, the first 6 in the books here at Red Shores in Charlottetown. We'll get right to it. Race number 1 here tonight. Dueling Banjos put on the point here through 29-1, 59-1, 129-1, and going to fight off the late challenges on the inside and the outside. She's in the middle and gets there in the end. 159 flat. Dueling Banjos and Mark Campbell kick it off on a Thursday night. 420, 1860, and $19 was the try. Moving over to race number 2 tonight. The legend continues. Brian McPhee put this horse on the point, and they were leaders all the way. 29-1, 58-4, 129-4, 159-4. The legend continues, and Brian McPhee right down the highway to win race number 2 at Red Shores tonight. You can see they were the favorites. 310 and 660 was the try. Race number 3 tonight here at Red Shores, and it was a good one. Sweet Sylvia was put on the lead for Kenny Murphy, and then you can see now the late challenge from the 3. Crimson and Clover going to reach up in the final strides and get to the 2 here late. Crimson and Clover and Kenny Arsenault, they get there in the end. 2 minutes 3/5 to win race number 3. Nice win ticket, 11-10 on the nose. The try was 54.70, the exactor, at 41.80 in race number 3. Race number 4 tonight, another good one here. Southwind Arturo put the win streak on the line. He popped out of the 3-hole and was a winner in 58-1. Hollow Ride gave him a little scare down the lane, but he got there in the end. Southwind Arturo, give him a natural hat trick at Red Shores. 158-1. He was the heavy favorite at 220 on the nose. Race number 5 tonight. Moving over to the 5th, and Outrageous Spirit came late for Jason Hughes. Vance Cameron tabbed this horse in the race, and is top of his Super High 5, and they get there in the end. Outrageous Spirit 159-2 for the Blue Knight. Jason Hughes at 6:30, the try at 5:13, 90-20, and the exactor 51 at 18:40. Race number 6, we just watched it here tonight. Mile Hill Willie, boy, did he look good. He snapped the wings here tonight. Got front 29-2 for Corey, 58-2, 129-1. Incredible 2 is storming on the end of it, but he can't quite get there in the end as Mile Hill Willie fends them all off and wins 158-4. Wire-to-wire score for Corey McPherson and Mile Hill Willie. They win the 6th at Red Shores in Charlottetown, and that's the race day recap presented by Metro Home Building Center. Okay, just a minute to go here before race number 7 here tonight. Fillies and Mares Preferred in here 1, and it's presented by Lather Refrigeration. Great to have Lather Refrigeration in the house tonight. I know a lot of staff are here, and we'll see them trackside for the cooler presentation here tonight as we look at the field. Dream Fair Zen Fire. Last couple left 5, finished 3rd, 55-1. And last week, finished left 7, finished 4th, 56-2, closed out 28. She's had a dynamite year, 9 wins from 21 starts, 53-2, the quickest right here in Charlottetown. She leaves 4 tonight. Mark Campbell to drive. Dream Fairs and Fires 8-5. Okay, here's the 3. Tobin's Brownie tonight. David Dowling's going to drive for Brittany Watts. Sandra Weeks, Errol Burgoyne, they all share the ownership. David does the training as well. Dynamite year for this horse, Tobin's Brownie. 24 starts, 5 wins, 53-3, the quickest right here at Red Shores in Charlottetown. She's been sharp of late. She was a winner 2 down right on the engine. Was a winner 55, closed out in a snappy 28-2. And then last week tracked all the way and was a bang-up second to Ace 44 Dome last time out. And she closed in 27-4, charted 55-3. Big shot tonight here. Tobin's Brownie 4-1. Here's the 1. It's Ladylike tonight for Debbie Hellman of Village Green. Excuse me now, it's Jen Doyle and Danny Burt, new ownership. Jen is the trainer as well. Corey McPherson tonight. She's pretty consistent, this mare, when you look down her lines. She was 3rd last time, tracked all the way and closed 27-4. And you go down a little bit further, was a winner 55-4 with a closer of 28-1. On the rail tonight at 6-1. Getting set for race number 7 from Red Shores in Charlottetown tonight as they swing in behind the Metro Home Building Center. Starting gate, Vance, should be a good one. Up to you for the call.
You know it's going to be, Pete. The best mares in Canada's East Coast are right here at Charlottetown. They're right here tonight. They're right here. This race, Ladylike, Plain Jane, Tobin's Brownie, Dream Fairs and Fire, Ace 44 Dome. You bet I'm a good one. Half a dozen open mares. Post time. The rough and pacing Plain Jane gets the first call. In at the rail, Ladylike is second. Tobin's Brownie 3rd. Dream Fairs and Fire will be 4th. Away 5th, that's Ace 44 Dome. Early trailer 6. You bet I'm a good one. They roll up the backstretch, and there goes Plain Jane in line to Kenny Murphy to clear the lead. Ladylike is now second. Tobin's Brownie races 3rd. Dream Fairs and Fire 4th. Ace 44 Dome 5th. Trailing the field, You Bet I'm a Good One 6. The opening quarter should be sharp. That is Plain Jane, the leader. Boom! Just like that, 27-4. open this one up. Down the stretch they come, and they're chasing Plain Jane over to the opening half mile. Ladylike is second. There goes Dream Fair Zenfire. First up on the outside, third. Ace 44 Dome. Second over on the outside, fourth. Fifth up the rail, that is Tobin's Brownie. Trailing the field six. You Bet I'm a Good One. 56-1 for an opening half mile. 3/8 to go. Plain Jane the leader. Here's her stablemate right alongside. Dream Fair Zenfire takes over the lead. Ace 44 Dome on the outside, third. In at the rail, Ladylike, nowhere to go. She's fourth. Fifth on the outside is Tobin's Brownie, the gap down trailer. You Bet I'm a Good One. 3/4 in 1:24 and 4. 8 of a mile left to go. Dream Fair Zenfire turning for home. Ace 44 Dome on the outside second. Tobin's Brownie up third. Fourth at the rail, Ladylike deep in the stretch. Ace 44 Dome and the Blue Knight double up. Tobin's Brownie rallied second, holding third, Dream Fair Zenfire. Time for the mile, 1:54 flat.
Okay, here's the slow-mo from race number 7 at Red Shores in Charlottetown tonight. What a Horse race brought to you by Lather Refrigeration. We'll see the trackside presentation in just a moment. Plain Jane, she slingshots the gate here today and gets the front 27-4. It's snappy for mid-November here. She's on the front 56-1. They rock and roll past the half. Ladylike was in the 2-hole. Mark goes first with Dream Fair Zenfire. Jason follows. Ace 44 Dome backside 124-4. They're going to decide it in deep stretch here now. Dream Fair Zenfire trying to hang on, but Jason springs off the cover with Ace 44 Dome and gets there in the end. 154 flat. Was a winner last week. Different tactics this week, but the same result. Ace 44 Dome and Hughes win it all in race number 7 at Red Shores.
Well, our good friends from Lather Refrigeration Limited joining us on this Thursday night. They're down at trackside. They have a presentation to the 7th race winner, who is Ace 44 Dome, and she's arriving at the winner's circle. Bay Pacing Mare 5 by Up the Credit from the Island Fantasy Dam. Galen Fantasy, owned by Donald McCrae of Vernon Bridge. The Blue Knight, Jason Hughes, does the training and the driving. Jason's second driving win on the night for the double. Excellent trip in the open mares, 154. Ace 44 Dome, and at trackside, Lather Refrigeration Limited with the cooler presentation. Here's the official results in race 7. Ladylike 5th, Plain Jane 4th, Tobin's Brownie 2nd, Dream Fair's Empire third. Ace 44 Dome, the race winner. You Bet I'm a Good One finished sixth and had broken equipment. Fractions were 27 and 4, 56 and 1, 124 and 4, and the mile 154. In review, it's 542 316. Ace 44 Dome paid $9.80. The exactor 52.20, triactor 55.70, and the super factor was 31.29. Time to check your 50-50 draw tickets tonight, valued at $301. The winning number will be N2270546. Tonight's 50-50 winning number for $301 is N2270546. Good luck.
Okay, 7 minutes to go here on race number 8. It is the finale here on a Thursday night, and there is the photo for fourth in race number 7. You can see the 2 there, Plain Jane, getting in for fourth, just ahead of Ladylike in race number 7. And here are the selections for race number 8. Tonight I'm going to head to the 4 here. Who is the heavy choice right now at 1-9, Miss Moist. I do like the 5, Miss Sangria, for part of it as well. And I'm going to put the 8 in, a bit of a long shot. MD's Girl here tonight, leaving from post 8. So at 4-5-8, classifier underneath at 4-5-1-6 to go before the finale at Redshores.
Eighth race on the track for the parade. Number 1, Hamac Blaze, owned by Michelle Myers and Roger McDonald of Cardigan, trained by Michelle Myers. Jason Hughes drives. Southern Heart number 2 is owned by Elmer Campbell of Airdrie, Alberta. Jackie Cooper of Stratford, trained by Ron Matheson. Kenny Murphy, Cats drives. Dancers Pass 3, owned by John McKenzie of Springvale and Philip Kelly of North Wiltshire, trained by Philip Kelly, driven tonight by Kenny Arsenault. Ms. Moist number 4, owned by Olivia May, Quade Hatley, and Andrew Cameron of Charlottetown, trained by Melissa Rennie, driven by David Dowling. Miss Sangria 5 is owned by Alex McPhee of Clyde River, trained by Ronnie Gass, Corey McPherson. That's Me a Bad 6, owned by Mary Jean Noy, Denise Andrew, and Tasha McKenzie. Trained by Jay Noy. Note the driver change to Amber Campbell. Amber Campbell now driving 6. That's Me a Bad. Salzbrook Velveeta 7 is owned by Darren McKenzie of Charlottetown, trained by Todd Walsh, driven by Miles Heffernan. Number 8, MD's Girl, owned by Gordon, David, and Douglas Neal, and Keith Ford, trained by Keith Ford, driven by Mark Campbell. Down to 4 minutes wagering time in race number 8. And Pete, once again, you and I are going to come up with our selections in the Super High 5 to round out the card. I like the 4 Ms. Moist, like everyone. She's 1-9 chalk. I like the 1 Hamac Blaze, followed by the 5 Miss Sangria, with the 8 MD's Girl and the 3 Dancer's Pass. I like 4, 1, 5, 8, 3. And Peter, I see your choices around the board at 4, 5, 8, 1, 2, as you and I try to get a membership into that Kurt Hughes Super High 5 Club.
You know what, Vance, I've been texting with him a little bit back and forth here tonight. His brother's having a good night, and I was teasing him. I said, I almost got there a couple of weeks ago, and I know you were a little bit nervous. And Vance, he said, I was close, but I'm not quite there.
No, we just don't have the ticket into that exclusive club, Peter. Like Kurt's over there by himself. Rocky has almost given it up. Well, we'll see Rocky on the weekend. We're going to take some more shots before the end of this 22 racing season.
You got it. He's still the king right now, and I know he's watching. So, but we're coming for him. We'll see if we can do it here tonight. Okay, that's the post call here for race number 8. It's the finale at Red Shores. Last chance to bet the live here tonight. Hamac Blaze on the rail for Jason Hughes tonight. Jason's already got a couple of wins, serving up 25-1 Southern Heart for Kenny Murphy. They'll lead from post 2 here tonight. Dancer's Pass, it's Kenny Arsenault from post 3. Miss Moist taking most of the money for Dowling at 1-9. Miss Sangria coming off a nice win last time out. Corey McPherson 5-1. Then it's That's Me a Bad. Amber Campbell tonight from post 6. Salzbrook Velveeta tonight from post 7. And the 8 is MD's Girl on the outside here tonight. So that's your field here in race number 8. Good luck with your selections. Also want to remind folks that are putting in horses for next week. The draw date next week will be Tuesday, November the 15th. Both Saturday and Sunday's cards will be drawn on Tuesday, November the 15th. Again, a reminder for people entering horses next week. The draw date next week will be Tuesday, November the 15th. Both Saturday and Sunday's cards will be drawn on Tuesday, November the 15th. Getting set for race number 8 from Redshores in Charlottetown tonight as the horses swing in behind the Metro Home Building Center starting gate. Vance Cameron, great working with you as we close out Thursdays at Redshores. Up to you for the finale.
And you know, Pete, for this time of the year, very nice Thursday night here at the driving park. And the finale lines up. How Mac plays. Southern Heart, Dancers Pass, Ms. Moyes, Miss Sangria, That's Me a Bad, Salzbrook Velveeta, MD's Girl. It's Super High 5, finale time. Up and pacing, leaving out, it's Ms. Moyes. Hamac plays along the rail. Miss Sangria coming from the outside. Southern Heart at the rail 4th. The getaway 5th is Dancers Pass. Racing from 6th, That's Me a Bad. 7th is Salzbrook Velveeta. And trailing the field, that's MD's Girl, the quarter pole bound, and Ms. Moyes for Dowling clear the lead. Second is How Mac Plays, racing from 3rd. That is Miss Sangria. 4th along the inside is Southern Heart, racing from 5th, Dancers Pass. 6 is That's Me a Bad, then 7 Salzbrook Velveeta. Trailing the field, MD's Girl. 28 and 3, the opening quarter, in straight alignment by the 3/8. They move off the turn, straighten down the stretch, and they have the half mile in their sights. And that 1-9 Chalk Joyce is the leader, and that is Ms. Moyes. Second is How Mac Plays, Miss Sangria 3rd. 4th is Southern Heart. Dancers Pass in 5th. That's Me a Bad 6th. 7th along the inside is Salzbrook Velveeta. Trailing the field, MD's Girl 58 seconds flat for half a mile, arriving at the 5/8, led by Ms. Moyes. How Mac Plays getting the 2-hole ride. There goes Miss Sangria to the outside 3rd. Racing from 4th, Southern Heart. 5th is Dancers Pass. Now in 6th, That's Me a Bad. 7th is MD's Girl, and now the trailer is Salzbrook Velveeta. 3/4 in the books in 1:27 and 3 around the turn, approaching the 7/8. On the lead, it is Ms. Moyes. Second along the rail, How Mac Plays. That is Miss Sangria 3rd. Southern Heart is closing up at the rail. Deep in that stretch, they come to the wire next, and it's Ms. Moyes to win for Dowling. Second is How Mac Plays. Look like Miss Sangria 3rd. 1:56 and 1.
Okay, here's the slow-mo for race number 8 from Redshores in Charlottetown tonight. It was the finale, and she was on a class drop here tonight, was Miss Moyes, and pointed right off the wings by David Dowling to the front here tonight. 28 and 3, and she did not look back. 58 seconds flat, still bossing it past the half. Really no challenges up the backside. 127 and 3, and a little bit of separation. You can see here now David just takes a peek over his shoulder here. He knows he's got it in hand down the stretch, and they're going to close it out here. 1:56 and 1. Dropping and popping, Miss Moyes wins race number 8 here tonight. How Mac Plays was second. It was tight for 3rd, but no doubt about the winner as Thursday nights are wrapped up here at Redshores. Miss Moyes and Dowling in the 8th at Redshores.
Now arriving at the 8th race winner's circle, number 4, Ms. Moyes. Bay Pacing Mare 5, I Roll With It Harry off the Art Escape Dam, Chocolate Art, owned by Olivia May, Quade Hatley, and Andrew Cameron of Charlottetown, trained by Melissa Rennie. Driven to victory by David Dowling on top at every call in a 156 and a 1/5. Ms. Moyes in the nightcap. Now the official results in race 8, How My Plays was second, Southern Heart fourth, Dancers Pass fifth, Ms. Moyes the race winner, Miss Sangria third, That's Mia Bad was sixth, Salzbrook Velveeta finished eighth, MD's Girl was seventh, the fractions were 28 and 3, 58, 127 and 3, and the mile 156 and 1. From the top, 2, 4, 5, 1, 3, 6, 8, 7. Ms. Moyes paid $210. The exactor was $660. Triactor $11. The super high five $33.29. The late daily double paid $960. And that completes our live presentation tonight here at the driving park. We're scheduled this weekend on Saturday and Sunday afternoons, 12:30 opening post times. Tonight's par mutual handle, $30,655. Ladies and gentlemen, from up top of the Charlottetown Driving Park, thanking you for joining us. This is Vance Cameron, bidding you a safe journey home.